Alright, welcome to part 3 of how to have a great lunge and have strong legs that last throughout your life. So, part 3 in the flexibility section is stretching the glutes. So, we can stretch the glutes by being down in this 90-90 position where I'm sitting here on the floor. I've got my right leg out in front of me, it's bent at 90 degrees. I've got my left leg back behind me, it's bent at 90 degrees, and my thighs are at 90 degrees from each other, so that I kind of put this little box right here. And then you can bend out over your right thigh and push your tummy down. But in all reality, and some people will get a stretch here, but once you get into doing the stretch that I'm about to show you, this is going to seem easy. Alright, so here we go. So I like to use a table, or you could use a bed. Like when I'm traveling, I use the bed in the hotel rooms, or you can use a bench like I'm using. Okay, and we want to be standing at the side of it, so it's long, wise, side to side in front of us. So I'm going to keep my left foot on the ground. I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to lay it down to where my right foot is at the left end of the bench. The outside of my right calf or shin is going down the length of the bench. And my right knee is right in front of me and bent at 90 degrees so that my thigh is coming right at me. So I still got that 90-degree bend in the knee. And I'm going to stick that tailbone out really good so that I get a bit of a stretch in through my glute. My left leg will typically be bent a little bit. You might move it around in different spots. You've seen me hop a couple times already to put it in a comfortable spot for me. I think I kind of like it somewhere around there. And then I've got my hands on the bench for some balance and stability so that I can work into this stretch. So, and for me, I'm actually going to bend and put my right elbow down because I got plenty of flexibility to get all the way down into this stretch. And what we want to think about is we want to try to flex our hip as much as we can in this position. So we want to think about pushing that tailbone straight back behind us, elongating our spine and getting our head to go towards in front of me where the door is over here. And we want to try to get my tummy down onto my thigh. It's not about getting your chest or your head really close to your knee. It's about trying to get your tummy to squish down on your thigh. And then from here I like to do a contract and relax. So I'll inhale and push my right knee into the bench, like just a pound or two of pressure, it doesn't take a lot. And then exhale and relax into that stretch. Big inhale and push, big exhale and relax. Thinking about pushing that tailbone out, making the spine long, trying to relax my tummy down into that thigh. And I'll do 5 to 8 contraction and relaxations on that side. And then we're going to switch to the other side, and I'll be over here. And so I'm going to put that left leg up on the bench, where that left foot is down on the right side of the bench, and the outside of my left calf is laying down the length of the bench. My left knee is bent at 90 degrees, and then I'm going to bend all the way forward here. And once again, so this is where you want to close up. It's not about rounding. I could touch my knee to, or sorry, my chin to my knee. But that's not going to get my glute stretch, that's going to stretch my back and my neck. So we want to flex here. We want to take that tummy and get our tummy all the way down onto our thigh. Best that we can. Don't kill yourself. Don't get crazy. Just get a stretch and then hold it. Okay? So big inhale. Push that left knee down into your bench. And then big exhale and relax deeper into that stretch. Big inhale. Push that knee down into the bench. Big exhale. Relax deeper down into that stretch. Okay? You might even get some stretching into the hamstring a little bit too on the inside. Elongate that spine, keeping the spine, so I'm reaching with my head out towards the door here in front of me. Still pushing that tailbone back. I'm going to do one more big breath, so that I stretch that out really great. Okay? Alright, so that's one of our glute stretches, and now we'll do the other glute stretch. So this is going to be our other glute stretch as well as some other external hip rotators. Really kind of need a wall. You could use a piece of furniture or something like that. Alright? So, but I'm going to lay down on the floor with my feet up on the wall. So I'm laying down on my back, my feet are up on the wall, my legs are bent so that my knees are right about 90 degrees, okay? So if you're less than 90 degrees, you get a bigger stretch. If you're at greater than 90 degrees, you make an easier stretch. So you might need to adjust depending upon how tight your hips really are. So now I'm going to take my right foot up off the wall and I'm going to put my right ankle on my left thigh, just above the knee, or sorry, just below the knee. So that I'm right there on the thigh, so I'm kind of making a nice big figure 4 here, which is why a lot of times this is referred to as a figure 4 stretch. And I want to pull those right toes up towards my right shin, and then I want to take my right hand and put that on my right knee, and I want to try to push my right knee towards the wall. And that way I'll get a stretch coming around through my right hip here. We also want to make sure that the tailbone is touching the ground and it's anchored that way. And then if we want to get a little bit bigger stretch, we can push through our left toes and get our left heel up off the wall, and that will bring our left knee towards us a little bit more, and it will get us a little bit deeper into the stretch. All right? So big inhales as you are pushing into this position, making your spine nice and long, pushing through the toes of your left foot to get the heel up off the wall, pushing with your right hand to pull that hip all the way around that way and get the flexibility through there. And then big long inhales and big long exhales, and doing that about 4 to 5 breaths there on that side, and then switching over to the other side. So I got the right foot on the wall now, nice and flat, and then I bring my left foot up to where my ankle is on my right thigh, right by my knee, and then I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to push that left knee towards the wall, and then I'm going to take my right toes and I'm going to push through them and get my right heel up off of the wall. And then I'll have a nice little stretch over here in my left hip, thinking about nice long tall spinal posture this way, and big breaths all the way in and all the way out. And just try to relax into that stretch. You might find that one side's tighter than the other, in which case spend more time on the tighter side, okay? So this is part 3. Those are our glute stretches for improving our lunge so that we have strong legs to last throughout our life. So make sure to subscribe and check out the whole playlist over here so you too can have really great lunge pattern of all the different ways of lunge with strong legs to last throughout your life, and I will see you in part 4.